our own worship-worthy forms. And starting from today, 9 nights of goddesses, how they are worshipped. It's a very completely different energy, of course, more in India, but wherever Baba's children are, because we are not only observing or, kind of looking at the praise of the gods and goddesses, they also put Ganesh there, right, with the goddesses, but also invoking our own stage of worship worthy. Yes. How many of you will be invoking your stage, worship worthy stage? Hmm? How many of you? Let me see. I think everyone, right? Because that's what Baba is making us divine and deities, and but at confluence stage, our image is of an angel and a good Brahmin. So Brahmin, so angel becoming deities, right? As Brahmins, uh, we are serving angels also. We are supporting the world, serving the world. Now, I'm thinking of subject in contrast of becoming worship worthy and of surrender. How many of you think you are surrendered? Can I see hands? Or how many of you think you are not surrendered? It's confusing, right? So who is not surrendered? So everyone is surrendered, right? Hmm. Everyone is surrendered, right? Yeah. Hmm. There was a time when I will just dedicate myself only on godly service, only on godly service. So will that be called dedicated life or surrender life? So it's not that I have to pack my bags and move to a center, then I will be surrendered. No. We have so many good examples of living in the family, but still is surrendered and a trusty life. Brother Ramesh and Usha were one of those examples, and there are many. So word surrender shouldn't be seen as just living at center are those who are surrender. But of course, when it comes to listing and responsibility, there are many, many who are still working while living at center. But for me, I had been at the centers after completing my education since 62. So Yagya sustained me not only spiritually, but also took care of my all external needs. Whatever I need had been provided from Yagya, I will say, any center, but it's part of Yagya. But in Western world, because there are many, many who live at center, but still they have to have a job. It depends on the financial and resources of the center. But first step I feel of surrender is recognition. Because as soon as I recognize Baba, when I came to know that God is my Father, and also what is He doing? Why is He here? transform the world, create new world, transfer us from human beings to deities. Each one of us had a different way to believe in God or faith in God. But for me, I always saw God very loving and always a bestower, always gives, and also one who gives blessings and help us to create fortune. So I had lot of love for God, and I saw Him so loving. So when I came to Baba, as soon as I recognized that He is God teaching us, His Father, Teacher, Sadguru, first thought came in my mind that whatever my father is doing, I have to do it. I have to follow him, follow teachings, follow principles, everything. So what began was really living a life which Baba said, even just to become Brahmin is a sacrifice. We change our lifestyle, and not only that, but where we spend time, what we think. I mean, it was totally internally just for Baba and just for service. So recognition helps one internally to start deciding that I really want to follow and I want to only for Baba. You can call it surrender, or surrender to me begins with offering yourself. Mama came to Delhi, and I had great fortune to host her at the center where I was. She stayed for about, I think, 5 days. And of course, a lot of learning happens when you are so close to Mama. But then when she was leaving and she got in the train, I just had feeling I want to offer something which I really like most, or whatever I could, to Mama. So I just had this feeling of offering, and then I did something. But then also listening about, at that time in Madhuban, it was Bagri part. So I met some of Dadis. At that time, they were sisters. And I heard from them that what is going on there. So all the time thinking about how can I help those who are in Madhuban? What can I do? What I can send? And luckily, my Lokik family, they all were in Gyan, were getting in the Gyan. So there was a lot of cooperation so that we could support Yagya in Madhuban. I will say, okay, let's get slippers for the sisters. Let's get medicines for Yagya. Anything we can think of. So it's like the feelings of offering, feelings of service. Even if it is okay, resources, but resources also require dedication. No? It's only when you are dedicated. No word fully dedicated, very royal, then surrender. Right? Fully dedicated, like internally only thinking about Baba, Yagya, and service. So Baba, Brahma Baba, wanted at that time, Baba said, there should be someone who could respond to the criticism of Brahma Kumaris at that time. So in Delhi, there was so much anti feelings at that time. So then Baba was surprisingly in favor of educating some of us. And of course, Lokik always liked that. So I did journalism. And I remember that as soon as some criticism will come, I will send some of the letters to the editor of that newspaper, or I will personally go and meet them. What you're writing is not right, and my whole family is Indian, and somewhere, and they will publish something. So that means my intellect, my mind, my career, everything was just Baba's yagya, and how to serve the world. Right? Even when I chose what to study in graduation, I studied political science just to understand what is constitutions, what are nations, what is how the world functions, not knowing that one day we will be standing at the doors of United Nations and I will have to represent organization. So it was easy for me have studied political science to understand what is going on there. So internally, when this whole feeling of offering comes, see, these are the qualities of a surrendered soul, dedicated soul. Through my mind, through my intellect, through body, through resources, you start serving yagya. But second thing which very helpful was belonging. Unless you feel belonging, you will not adopt anything completely. Complete surrender only happens when you feel belonging. Why I'm saying it both ways. What I received, what we all received, and if we want others more to surrender, this is what they would need to experience. Sometimes I hear in the family, they say, we don't get many more surrenders now. Many doesn't surrender. Why? Maybe we are too busy, right? I had such beautiful experiences with every Dari, with Brahma Baba also, Mama. Every center I visited, just visited, there was so much love, care. And it's not kind of, we call it hospitality, but it's like you are my own, you are part of our family. From day one, I had this feeling that I am part of this family. So really, there was no particular date of surrender, right? This belonging makes us closer and closer. I like last Murli when Baba said, one is love, other is love from the heart. So when there are feelings of belongings, you're doing it from heart. You're deciding for your life from heart that I want to belong to Baba, to Yagya, to this family. You understand? Belonging, same is with us. what we have to do, what's our service at this time. Not intellectually, we are just family. Mhm. But let everyone feel that closeness to the family. And it's just pure love, right? It's just good wishes, our pure feelings. So, this is how, uh, as I said, offering begins, belonging. But then, one of the special quality, if I am surrender or we consider ourselves to surrender, very, very pure feelings of being nimit. Nimit could be instrument, but nimit is more than instrument. Why I'm saying it that I always feel it's not I decided, but it's Baba who gives me this role. It's Baba who gives me direction. So one of the important quality of a surrender soul is always follow Baba's Shrimat at every step. It was Brahma Baba through, then Mama, Vardadis, but to follow uh, in spiritual life, but also whatever Baba said. Last Murli Baba was saying, those who have love from the heart, they know what Baba wants, what are Baba's hopes in me. So it's only a surrendered child who wants to feel what are Baba's hopes in me. So then also playing part, whatever are Baba's directions we follow, you start taking your number, right? Because when I am really nimit, it's not me, it's Baba and the family. You know, a very interesting question many times are asked, how are your heads selected? Who decides, right? And I I definitely knew, but I myself experienced when in the management committee, Brother Nirvanji and some of the brothers suggested my name. I said to them, but I haven't lived in India 48 years. I had been out of India since 48 hours. So it will take me time to understand whole thing. And there are 1 million Brahmins there, so many cultures, so many different ways. But everyone just said, no, you have to accept. So 3 times I said no, because also I have limited physical energy. They said, no, you will manage. So then said, okay, if everyone trusts, I will definitely accept. But then the feedback I heard was why. And one of the reason is that even for service, if you are really very, very consciousness of not only trustee, but Baba will make me instrument. So this morning, Dadi Prakash Mani's 3 words, Nimit, Then humility. See, when we are humble, we are respectful. And when you respect everyone, what will you receive? It's not respect is only for elder people or experienced people or people in position. They always get respect out of force or love. But those who are very, very ordinary servers, but they are our brothers, sisters, just have culture of respect. And of course, Baba's main Shrimat had been that speak less and softly and sweetly. Never raise voice on anyone for anything. That's not our culture. Culture of respect. So when we are, I am nimit, then I am humble. And then when we are humble, we always think of being cooperative and constructive in God's task. How can I cooperate? Everyone can be a leader, right? But I always feel that a good leader is, of course, one who leads, but also one who knows to be in harmony, to be cooperative. Even there are situations which could be conflicting, but we stay with our attitude of creating harmony. That's why one of the siddhi in a Vyakti Parivar today we have taken is contentment. Because you never lose anything when there is contentment. When you are complaining, it's all right. It might be good, but somewhere you are also losing something. It doesn't mean that you don't observe, you don't correct. No, everything we have to do, whatever is needed, but do it in a constructive way. Now, Baba had been talking about 88 global cooperation, right? One of the golden principle in global cooperation project was that whatever you say, there shouldn't be pollution. No, you cannot say this. There should be clean air. It shouldn't be like this. No, there should be no conflict. You can't say that. There should be harmony. It was very good golden principle of global cooperation project. And I like that attitude deeply, that we want change. In Lokik ways demonstrations, in Lokik way there are protests, but our way is proposals. If you don't want this, can you propose what we can do? And we look at it, right? I always tell people, you're not happy, you're not this. Okay, tell us what is the best way. We all will look at that together. So contentment in the way you operate is also important. So I feel that fully surrender, that means your mind and intellect, your body, which involves time, and then of course your resources. It's not you just say, okay, Baba, take this all money. No, Baba never says that. It depends, where you are. Everyone knows about how to, whatever your responsibilities are, Lokik way, whatever you need, budget yourself where you feel that a surrendered child would do. Dadi Prakashmani used to teach us very clearly. If you are living at home, in family, but you are a trustee. Because Dadi Janki used to tell us that so many surrendered, 300 of them. But many were not able to be trustee. So they couldn't manage, they left. So this quality of trusteeship is very important for each one of us. And if you are trustee, you become trustworthy and everyone will trust you. Even they will give money, do anything or project, they will know that you are very honest. So they trust you. So trustee becomes trustworthy. And when you are trustworthy, then others trust you. So many couldn't be trustees. So wherever you are, just see if I am a trustee or I still have I and mine for anything. What are the outcomes? What are the numbers? What are the results? No. So during global cooperation, we asked Dadi Janki, she used to meditate 1 hour only for that, for us to be successful in our project. Dadi, will this project be successful? Dadi will say, oh, it's already successful. Like Shanti one, they were construction was on, and so whatever was spent and all that. So the first time when we had gathering, we were 10,000 of us. So Dadi said, worthwhile. Even if you all are together and we use one time, it's worthwhile. No? That means successful. So anything which is done according to Srimad, accepting that, following through with all the guidelines, is a surrendered intellect. Oh, if I surrender intellect, then that means I can't use intellect. Definitely, you will have to use intellect to discern and decide. But there won't be manmat, there won't be dictates of your own mind. Now, there is a big question. Is it from Baba or is it my mind? Is it influence of someone else? I'm doing it because someone said I'm doing because I want, or is it from Baba? No, because even Baba, one is direction coming from instrument or dadis. Other is sometimes you have to get signal, right? Because you also want to be prepared and you want to feel from Baba. But it will come in form of thoughts, right? It will come in the form of thoughts. So Didi Mohini said, let's say I have an idea. It came in my, I have an idea. I shared in the beginning, we were very few during my early days, but everything was very systematic, spiritual. So we were about, let's say Baba will invite about 50 of us for a meeting. So everyone given time, and then you come back, then you share idea. So let's say I have an idea, or all 50 have different idea. So everyone expresses. So how many ideas? Maybe out of 50, only 5 were accepted and 5 were implemented. So 45. Of course, that's the same time this topic of child so master came. Give your idea as a child, and then when decided, just be a master and help, be cooperative. So Didi Manmoni said, if idea you gave is not implemented and you get lot of thoughts, my ideas are never accepted, nobody gives respect to my idea, like you get wasteful thoughts. Yeah, it does happen. But if it is from Baba, your thought will be, yes, if it is right, it will happen at the right time. What Brahma Baba said to me 50 years ago, I don't think I thought I could ever do. And today I could feel I did. I'm kind of, whatever he said, I'm trying to do, or I'm reaching there. But was Baba ever disappointed? He never showed his disappointment to me, said, look, child, oh, I said so many beautiful things, but you're not worthy. Baba knew what I'm saying is right because it's from Shiv Baba. So if it's from Baba, you think it won't be accomplished? And if it's not happening now, you sow the seed, you keep watering it, and it will happen at the right time, but you won't have waste thought. So that means it's not Srimad, right? If it's Srimad, you will not waste your thoughts. Many I hear they say, oh, I don't now even give ideas because they never accept it. See, ideas will be, mind will create so many ideas, right? But the yagya, God's service goes by what Baba, what comes from Baba. So if you are a good trustee or surrender, you have to use intellect. It's not, you don't. I know many ask me, oh, if I surrender my intellect, that means I won't have to think. You will think, but you will not have waste thoughts. You will not waste your energy of mind. Whatever idea is accepted, you will cooperate and you will say, okay, let's do all together. Not because I want, because it was not my idea. No, this is not surrender intellect. It could be a serviceable intellect, but not surrender. I remember we had so many intelligent, experienced, special, skilled people. And sometimes we will spend 3 days planning. Morning till evening, we will have meetings. Because we thought we have to learn, let's go through this process. But by the end, nothing worked. It was never taken up. We couldn't finally do it in practical. And of course, those who present, they also feel. Because was not going in the direction, the way Baba Srimad. Because Baba has his own unique ways. No, when you tell people we don't charge for the course, what's the reaction? How can anything be free? There is a saying, no, there is no free lunch. You will bill us later. People in New York saw us in a very little apartment. And when they come to Peace Village, some say we have to believe that it's God behind all of you. Because no one has have business experience or property owning. So Baba's ways, no, there is a song, Your Will and Way is unique. To understand that is like understanding Srimad. so trusty, humble. I'm just a Nimit. I was telling, no bossiness, no ownership. Some are very bossy if they have a department. You don't get certificate. Baba told me one time, he was very young Brahmin, and we were doing a exhibition was something new. So we were doing it in a new place. So there were 50 Baba's children as volunteers. So Baba will see our result that were all 50 happy while serving. So when I went to Madhuban, Baba said 49 were happy, one was not. So I said, I don't know. We tried our best. And of course, I said, Baba, why was not he happy? I understood. And since then, our success is if everyone is happy, what we do. Contentment. My contentment, everyone's contentment. So for us, what surrender means to get a certificate of contentment. Because sometimes, how can you make everyone happy? No, sometimes we think not easy to please everyone. We're not pleasing everyone. Let's say there were dadis. Everyone was different. But everyone's yoga was with Baba. So it was easy for them to accept a thought which comes in one dadi's mind. Some or other, they all will accept harmony. A total acceptance of each other's ideas. So we have surrendered intellect where I understand Baba's Shrimad. And it's very easy for me if you have an idea and it has to be taken. If it has to be taken, I will cooperate 100%. But if I am not trusty, then I know it's not, I don't want to do it. This is someone's idea. So constructive means harmony. Constructive means positive. So a surrender will have these qualities. Will be nimit, will be humble, will always be thinking what is real cooperation and be constructive. This morning I also was thinking about Dadi Janki's blessings. Simple, clean and honest, truthful. A surrendered person's, dedicated person's life is always simple. Many of you have to go to work, so you have to wear different clothes and all that. That's okay. But once you come to center or you are at center, someone asked me, for 60 years you were wearing these clothes, you never got bored? 60 years wearing same clothes in the sense of white and sari. And I said, I never got bored. But I feel very dignified, graceful to be in this uniform, if we call it uniform. So you love your life, you love your principles. When we travel in the plane, how many times air hostess will come, you're not eating anything. What can we bring? You're not eating any. And then jokingly, if I always travel by Air India to India, every time, oh, what you all have brought? What is your food today? They said air hostesses were saying, we also bring food from home. We don't eat here. So they start respecting your principle because you respect. But if you are shy of your own principle, I remember at UN sometimes we arrange lunch, right, for diplomats, and so we also have to eat. So we order salad and raw vegetables and all that. And on my table, everyone wants some from that. Can we have a piece of carrot? Can we have a piece of celery? Can we have lettuce? Can we have cucumber? And I'm surprised. So surrender, when a surrender, intellect works, mind works, for body also, Baba says, you have to take care of the body. We are not lazy, but when rest is needed, we do. We are not greedy, but today they have so many types of food. Yeah, whatever suits you, but also have pure consciousness, remembrance of Baba, not only good food, right? So this is what to me is very, very natural, to be dedicated, belonging only to Baba, and my life for Baba. So I'm surrendered to Baba. Generally, in Lokik world, surrender is to the enemy, right? So you surrender to it in front of an enemy. Or when you are defeated, you say, now I surrender. So that's why I don't sometimes use word surrender. I use more offering myself. Because Brahmin word surrender is different, but when you use word surrender, people think, oh, that means you don't have any of yourself. Uh, it's like surrender. No, you hear when battlefield, one surrender, and then when you are lost into something, you say, now I surrender. That means I give up. But here, surrender is more fully dedicated, offering yourself to Baba, belonging to Baba, and following Baba's directions. Sometimes the translation is dictates of Baba, but it's more directions than he doesn't dictate anything. It's directions of Baba, Shrimad. And just imagine Shrimad is to help us to not only keep settling karmic accounts by suffering and battling, but while settling, also serving. While settling, serving, not suffering nor battling. So when that definition is there, if I follow Srimad, then mind, body, wealth, relationships, we can maintain everything without, as I said, suffering and battling. Very interesting if we think that way. Because while settling, we should be happy. No, we are settling. Why am I suffering when, oh, I'm settling my karmic accounts? That is called karma bhog. One is called karma yoga. If you are in yoga with Baba, whether it is through body, you don't feel suffering. You feel body is settling, but not you as a soul. Tari Janki used to say pain is in the leg or in the soul. But soul feels right. But if you are a good yogi soul, that definitely helps. Whatever is there, you will feel 30%. So To conclude, what is surrender is that I am dedicated, I am committed, I am responsible, I am for Baba, and I have completely offered my full, wholeheartedly, completely to Baba. And that is how I define as my life of surrender to Baba. Om Shanti.
It was really so insightful, Didi, tonight. And I'm not sure if there are certain question and answers that people would like to ask. If there are some, maybe you could post it, and we can ask Didi to answer on this platform tonight. I think most of the things with which we would have started, I think you have very nicely given us the pointers about surrendering. So the moment if you have found Baba and you become a trustee, I think you are surrendered. So I'll just ask any other brothers and sisters who are keen to ask any questions, maybe can post in the chat or inform their respective translators for us to put it with Didi right now. So that maybe I just wanted certain things. If you could, a lot of time people could be mistaken about submission and surrender. So what will be the difference in spirituality in terms of submission and surrender?
I think it is, like, let's say there is a word server and subservient, right? So when I'm a server, it's an honor, right, to be a server, but to be subservient to someone, even while doing service, nobody would want, right? So in the same way, I think that here for us in Baba's language, as I said, that accepting everything from heart, there is no force, there is no compulsion. It's really from heart. Whatever way you can serve, or whatever way when you want to live your life, just be guided by Srimad. So there is no question of submission. But as I said, I am living the life based on Srimad because I want my life to be used in a worthwhile way. And that is why even we don't use word order. No one can say, I ordered you to do this, right? I request you to do this. Can you do this? Will you do that? Right? So our language also is where you don't have to be kind of, it's more, as I said, offering, accepting. And one thing we have to remember, everything is done with godly love, spiritual love. That's the principle which Brahma Baba used, and we all have to use it. Right? So no one should feel pressure of any kind that I must, but determination is very important. When there is determination, then it becomes easy. Many times Dadi Janki will tell me something to do, and at that time I will find it's not easy, but I won't say no. Yes, Dadi. But Dadi knows from my face that I haven't really accepted from heart. So she will call me again. She said, you don't have to do that. It's okay. I said, Dadi, I would, but these are the physical or these are the circumstances. Doesn't seem very practical, at least at this time. It's fine. And so I thought I am very obedient in a way. I said yes. But Dadi also had feelings for us, no? Like she will say to me, you should be in Madhuban in month of December. And I said, I won't say, okay, Daddy. She said, I'm here and I want some RCs to be there. And but then I said, but Daddy, that's the time we are also with the family there and we visit and it's a time, good time to be with Brahmin family. So she will call later and it's okay. Yeah, you don't come. So on one side, you have to be obedient. I always said yes. But even one who giving direction has feeling and give you a choice. Right? Sometimes there is no choice. Then we say, okay, we will sacrifice if we have to do it. It's a very beautiful way we work out. Any other question?
I think
Hmm.
another question, they just think that, yes, people who are householders and they feel that they are surrendered, but then can they come into the rosary of it?
See, if you are, as I said, you have to be a good trustee. Sometimes the label surrender, I don't know. Some people label it, this one is surrender, this is not. I think to everyone is surrender and trustee, but not maybe 100%. Everyone, maybe 30%, 60%, some are 80%, and then some 100%. No. So I feel you shouldn't have even this thought of, I'm not surrender. Each one of you have surrendered, but your percentage is not 100%. So what your aim should be, which you still have possibility, that I want to surrender completely. And in that you look at your mind, intellect, and time, and then also resources. And if you find your 80%, then catch up and have 100%. And of course you can come in rosary, why not? You still, rosary is still in making, right? And Baba had said, okay, if you cannot be number one, but at least in first division, you might not be in the 8 or 108. He said, if there are more, I can create another rosary. I can have more rosaries of 108. So you are still can be on number one, first division, right? If not number one, Brahma Baba is number one, but we all can be in the first division. So you have still opportunity, and I think your heart is looking for that 100% surrender, right? This question only come when your heart is there, but you are maybe because of whatever reason you are not able to make it practically, and that could be understood, analyze it, discuss it. So at least you will have this thought, I am 100% surrender.
Maybe just one final one I'll ask. You just mentioned about 30%, 40% surrendering. So there's a percentage that you feel. So where are the glitches that people are not 100% feeling that they are surrendered?
Okay.
Where are the shortfalls where people feel that they are not 100% surrendered? Just now when you mentioned, right, that you could be 30% or 40%.
Yeah. Because say surrender is not a one-day ceremony, right? Which we do, but it's a consistent, like you will have to, every day there is some process of surrender going on. So even if I'm saying I'm completely surrendered, but there might be still some sanskars there of manmat, there might be still some habits which are not right according to be be obedient. So these traces are there, I think, which can be changed, no, which can be uh, rectified. And I say, okay, I used to do manmat about this, but today I will, keep aim and I will understand Shrimat. Maybe sometimes we don't understand. I will understand and I will follow. So it will change. So then it won't be percentage, then it will be 100%. But what I want to say that, as Baba said in Murli, of course, everyone has sacrificed. That's why you have become Brahmin. So that means even in surrender, everyone is surrender, but there could be few percentage less, I should say, right? Instead of saying you need lot percentage, I should have said maybe 80%, you have another 20 to go. Yeah, keep that positive thought for yourself and it will get accomplished.
So now I think the last one, time is really like COVID pandemic maybe gave us a lot of jolt to increase our purusharth, right? But what are your thoughts, Didi, on this, and what should be our efforts if the time is really coming near?
Your line is not that clear. Yeah.
Yeah, if the time is coming nearer, what should be like our last efforts at this point of time? Just because COVID pandemic has already jolted a lot of us and have shown a lot of things. So what should be your advice on our last efforts at this point of time?
Yeah, see, aim is to become complete, perfect, right? So you have to see what percentage, what are your main specialties, and what are some of your weak limits, I call them. So when you look at those limits, and that shall go beyond those limits, right? We have to be unlimited, we have to be benevolent, everything has to be 100%. But like many times I say, but that's what my limit is now. Let's say for tolerance, that's what my limit is. So don't stay into that limit. Just go beyond. Just go move forward. I like it, when I hear blessing or anything, Baba says, it's only when you are carefree you can move forward. So underline all these points. That means whenever you are concerned, you're not moving forward. So when I am carefree, I am moving forward. So moving forward is what the effort has to be. Nothing, nowhere I'm getting stuck. So when Baba is saying these words, you will hear many, many. When Baba is saying, be this in this stage and move forward. That means when I am not in that stage, I'm not moving forward. And I apply that lot whole day. I take a word from blessing that if I am not in that stage, I'm not moving forward. So it's like deeply within, I will prepare myself and be in that stage. And then Baba always say that the last moment, there should only be remembrance of one Baba. So Baba and Dadi Janki, consider yourself like this could be the last moment. Am I in remembrance? Many times during day you can remind, suppose this is my last moment, am I in remembrance? So this will deeply increase your remembrance also. So
Thank you
many.
so much. Thank you so much. One last request for tonight is please take us through with the meditation commentary.
Commentary getting. Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you everyone for listening for almost hour, right? So I appreciate and very happy and lovely to see all of you. So many big family. And I also want to uh, share Baba's lots of love, mm, lots of love for each one of you. Every time I go to Baba, Baba just loves Baba, every child. So accept Baba's love from your heart. And of course, we belong to Baba, Baba belongs to us. And what else we will do? We know this is the best, what Baba is guiding us for. Everything else is temporary. This is something is everlasting. And this is in my effort and my fortune, right? So lots of love from Baba. And now we sit and be with Baba. Om Shanti. I emerge my eternal form, a sparkling soul, point of light, purity, love, and peace are my eternal qualities. So I am a pure soul. I am a peaceful soul and loveful soul. And this from eternal stage of being, I emerge my original form, divine form, a bestower, always benevolence in the heart. My attitude and drishti of good wishes for everyone. And when devotees invoke me, in remembrance of Baba, I share Baba's blessings with everyone. I go beyond this physical world in the angelic, subtle world with pure consciousness, with my costume of light. And from there, to my home incorporeal world as a being of light. Feelings of sitting very near to Baba in that incorporeal world. That's the home of silence, liberation, my sweet home. Spending few moments there, I come to subtle regions, take drishti from Baba, Abhyakt Baba-Dada's love, and his drishti gives me the wings of angel. And as I return to this physical world, it's a drama stage to play my part. I will do that as a karma yogi. All actions performed in remembrance of Baba.
We had hundreds
Om
join
Shanti.
tonight. We
Om
had
Shanti.
hundreds of souls across Asia Pacific who had joined tonight, Didi. And I think Rajni Ben is waiting to say a few words from Japan. So, Rajni Ben?
Yes, Archana Ben, Om Shanti.
Om.
Sister Mohini for you.
Thank you, Rajni man. Nice to see you.
Yeah, we see you every day in Avyakti Parivar.
You do? Really?
Yes, we listen every day.
Yeah.
Now the Siddhi Swarup, very beautiful classes.
Is it helping with the practice?
Very much
Siddhi?
helping and very good method. Practice for the day. Very good. This internal happiness, peace, contentment. Very, very beautifully organized. And very useful information, practical tips for our whole day. Beautiful point which I liked is that Simriti, you keep it in your Simriti, but when you speak and when you do, bring that Smriti into action. And then you see the result, success.
You become Sarup then.
Yeah, Simriti Swarup. So lot of love from here also to you. And you look so well, Sister Mohini.
Thank you.
Thank you giving us such a valuable time today. We
Thank
really appreciate. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Sister Meera communicates. I don't hear much from you. So nice to hear from you. Om Shanti.
Yeah, now we will invite Miraben to say thank you, especially for ensuring she takes care of most of us, but now she definitely wants to give her thanks to you, Didi. Miraben.
Om Shanti, Mohini Ben.
Om Shanti.
Our thoughts have materialized. This is also one form of Siddhi. I wanted this to happen. I had seen this dream 1 month before when I spoke to you. And so it gives me a lot of confidence about the power of my thought. There were in between so many talks, whether Mohini Ben can make it or not, this is that I had my thought that it will happen. And so thank you very much for giving us valuable time. But this is a time for Navratri, and we are so happy that you are with us on a beginning of Navratri. So we would like to offer you special tilak. Of course, we can't put you the tilak on the screen, but at least accept this tilak for yourself, tilak of victory. And of course, no goddesses, no Navratri is done without red chuni, right?
Yeah,
Red
right.
chuni. So
That's
please
beautiful.
accept this red chuni as feel as
Beautiful.
if it is on you from Malaysia. And of course, no goddesses without crown. So this is a crown for you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure I have a special blessing for Navratri. I will send it to you by WhatsApp, but I'm going to read. This is Navratri blessings from Malaysia for Mohini Ben. You bring benefit to yourself and others through your great secret of remaining content. You are a loving and a generous hearted soul.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this
Very
is Baba's
beautiful.
special blessings, and I will send it through the WhatsApp. So
Yeah,
thank
sure.
you so much, Mohini Ben, and you have clarified very beautifully. Instead of saying surrendered, we can say dedicated. It's a very royal word, dedicated. And so I'm sure after listening to you, everybody want to make their surrender life 100%.
Yes.
And at this time, I would also like to thank Bhumi Ben, because I've been
Sure.
communicating with Bhumi Ben and she has been very loving.
Just
आ जाओ थोड़ा शिकल दिखा दो Bhumi Ben. You know who is Bhumi Ben? She always announces in the Avyakt Parivar. Come, Bhumi Ben. We would like to thank you. Thank you so much. So she made it possible also this evening's program. So happy Navratri, happy Deepavali in advance to the Avyakt Parivar. Thank you so much. So we will have a last song meditation before we say goodbye to
Thank
Mohini.
you.
Okay?
योग करो दिखती है ना.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. And a really special thanks to Mohini Didi. And we all actually became a member of your Avyakti Parivar tonight, because we all got that Zoom sustenance from you. And summarizing certain basic points that you said tonight, being the trustee, which makes you a trustworthy person, ensuring that you have that honesty with which, when you serve, you touch the hearts of the ones that you come across in our lives, right? At the same time, remaining humble, never raising voices against, because that's not our character or culture. Maintaining or ensuring that we bring contentment to the hearts of everyone, right? And ensuring that we work towards harmony. So once again, thank you, Bhumi Ben. Thank you, Didi, for being with us tonight. And we will end with a meditation song tonight. Om Shanti. And a nice day to you. Your day just begins. Our day ends here tonight. So we say goodnight to the family in Asia Pacific, but a very blessed and good day to you and Bhumi Ben.
श्रीमत पे चलते रहेंगे, कहेंगे जो भी हम वो करते रहेंगे। दिल के दिलाराम दिल से हम कहते, दिलों जा से बाबा तुझ पे है अर्पण। प्राणों के प्यारे बाबा हमारे, तुझे तेरा सब कुछ समर्पण समर्पण। जीवन के दाता सांसों के स्वामी, ये नैया की पतवार तुमको है अर्पण। नहीं पास अपनी है देने के काबिल, दाता विधाता को क्या दे सकेंगे। किए तूने हम पर है एहसान इतने, कि जीवन भी देकर चुका ना सकेंगे। कि जीवन भी देकर चुका ना सकेंगे। ये मैंपन मेरापन, ये कखपन, ये जीवन, ये संकल्प हर बोल अर्पण है धड़कन।
Om Shanti, everyone. Also, thank you to all. Om Shanti. So keep invoking your worship worthy form every day. Om Shanti.